Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of Frank's Unsolicited Advice. Father's Day, I did recording, talked about Father's Day, talked about what it means to me, stuff like that, reminisced a little bit, had a picture of my father, my uncles up, and talked a little bit about that. So today I wanted to talk about, and again, I'm a Christian. If you're not, that's fine. But we all believe in energy. I like to assume that everybody believes in energy, some kind of form, good energy, bad energy. It is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you something about the devil and the negative energy and the bad energy in this world is that it finds a way to creep into your life, right? It finds a way to where you are thinking you're good, and then boom, it hits you. It hits you. And it doesn't come just by one, it can come in waves, right? That negative stuff, things start happening. You could be on a roller coaster high, and now all of a sudden you start crashing down, and you don't know how to stop it. Finances can go through the dirt, relationship could end up in the gutter. Your house could be in turmoil. What I mean by that is, like, for example, I had a plumbing issue. I'll get to that in a minute. Your car can break down. So there's so many things that can hit you at once. Boom, 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 boom. And the thing about the devil and negative energy is that it looks for that one flaw, that one kink in your armor, that little ounce, that 1 millimeter space that's open to creep itself in, right? And it kind of goes a little bit with not either dealing with situations, not talking about situations, not being real, right? And I'm gonna get to why I say that in a minute. Sometimes in life we go through it thinking that everything is fine, that there's no issues, that we're okay, that we're happy, that everything is going the way we want it to go because we haven't been confronted with an issue in a while, or something not too drastic that we can handle. Maybe the tire blew today, and then 2 months later, the pipe of water went out in the house. You had to get something fixed. But it finds a way sometimes to where it finds that one kink, that one hole, that one space. It creeps itself in and it festers. And it festers. And what I mean by that is in relationships, for example, instead of us addressing a problem, we wait. We wait. And that problem, what it does, it continues to get bigger and bigger inside, because little things start piling up on top of that. So we never addressed the original issue. We kept it in. We said, it'll work itself out, or, I just don't know how to address it, so I'm not going to say anything. And instead of fixing it, you just store it. And something else happens, and now you're compounding and compounding and compounding. And next thing you know, you're blowing up. I'm like that in a sense. To a certain extent, I am like that. I don't, if I feel like I'm not going to get not reception, but if the message isn't going to be received the way I'm trying to send it, and I'm not going to get the certain response back, then I don't talk about it. And it's because, in part, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be upset. I feel like if I want to address something, I should be able to address it and not have to feel like, oh, I'm wrong for addressing it or whatever. But sometimes, sometimes I let go, sometimes I don't. But what happens with me is that once all that stuff bubbles and it gets to a head, it's like a pimple. When it's ready to go and you squeeze it, it blows. That's exactly how it is. And then what happens is you unleash a barrage of emotions and feelings and thoughts and words, and it comes out like you're vomiting these words that can be hurtful. And that's what the enemy wants. That's what that negative energy, the devil wants. He wants that. She wants that. Whoever the devil is to you, that's what they want. They want to get in a way to where now you're unleashing this fury of anger, hurt, emotions, whatever, stress. And it's to test you, right? It's to test you. Whether you believe, like I said, whether you believe in God, I'm a Christian, I believe in God. So whether you believe in God or not, it doesn't matter. You believe in a higher power, you believe in the universe, the positive energy, karma, you believe in it, it's going to come back. So I recently, when parents was visiting, all of a sudden the toilet downstairs starts backflowing consistently, so we try to snake it, nothing. Get a wet vac to start vacuuming the water up. And luckily for me that my half bath downstairs is sunk in. So it's not at the same level as the rest of the first floor. So when it does leak, it doesn't go into the rest of the house. It kind of stays there and into the laundry room. So it could have been worse, is what I'm saying. So get a wet vac, we're vacuuming. Man. So I'm in it. He's, Devil's throwing his best punches at me. I'm sitting there with water boots on, like I'm on the ship trying to suck water out, CH, crap water in it, urine, piss, crap in it, feces coming out, everything's coming out, tissue, and I'm trying to wet vac it up, get it up. Then the vacuum is shutting down because it's not. I don't know if I bought the right one or the wrong one. I think I bought the wrong one. Anyways, it just kept shutting down. So now I'm dumping, and I'm pulling this water up through the wet vac, having a dump faster than the water's coming out. And man, I'm sitting in there thinking, man, why now? Why out of all this? Why now? Thought we had under control. Again, happens. So now I go buy a sump pump. I put the sump pump in the toilet and hose out the window. Hopefully it'll manage and keep up. But this is something that we got to turn on. It doesn't have an automatic switch. The one I bought, at least. So we had to wait, and people had to announce, hey, I'm gonna use the bathroom upstairs, take a shower, wash clothes, whatever, so we can pay attention and get it pumped out. And even then, it would still have issues. It was issues. It was sometimes in the middle of the night, wake up smelling the house of crap, and you got to go downstairs and start pumping water and vacuuming and mopping. I think I mopped that floor so many times, it's not even funny. And then on top of that, my wife and I are having our issues. So now, for me, to give you some insight, I don't do too good. When my home isn't good, I'm not good. I don't want to go out. I don't really. I've become very closed in. I don't want to associate with nobody. I really am. I try my best. I don't know. It's because if my home isn't good, I just don't feel right at all. So we're having our issues, and we're trying to navigate that. And then I have my health issue going on. So I'm being punched from like every angle. And it's not simple things that I can normally deal with, because when you start talking about your marriage, your home, that's one big thing. Then I put my health up there. That's another big thing. And then now finances in the home is another big thing. And as I turn around, I think I got one under control, and I'm blocking, and I'm trying to move out the way because I'm getting hit, metaphorically speaking. And I run into another punch, and then I turn around another punch. And then it's like, man, so I put the claim in through my warranty company. The company comes out, they charge me $85. The guy can't do it. So now I'm another weekend with this going on. They come out, we finally get the money to have them do install a clear out valve on the side of the house, which didn't know I needed one. As they're installing the clear out valve, they're like, oh, that's not the problem. So we can't even finish the job. We won't charge you for it. There's something more. Your piping under the house in the ground is broke. So we're going to have to really dig that out and reinstall new piping. So I have cast iron. My house is old. So some of the piping was PVC and the other part was that. So now I'm like, well, how much is that going to cost? They're like, oh, $5,500. I'm like, man, $5,500. Mind you, it's the weekend coming up. It's my daughter's 16th birthday. The issues going on in the house with the wife. My health isn't there. My parents are visiting. They're getting ready to leave. And it's like, man, how much more can I take? How much more can I take? And you see, at that point, that's when the devil, and that's when the evil, that's when the energy, that's when the people that want to see you fail are the strongest point. Because they think they got you on the ropes. It's like a heavyweight fight or a boxing match, and you get hit with a good punch and you're dazed. You're in the ropes, you're blocking, you put your hands up, you're trying not to get hit, and you're trying to survive the round. And that's when you're at your weakest moment, right? Because you're getting hit from every angle. It's not letting up. It's not at all. Not at all. It's just coming. And you're trying to figure, you want to break. You want to get the breath of fresh air. I was feeling anxious, anxiety, chest closing in, my breathing was heavy. It was a lot. Emotionally, I'm going through it like an emotional roller coaster. And I'm a person that feels. I'm not one of these men that hide it and doesn't do it. No, I let it out because it's too much. It gets too much. It gets hard to bear, you know? And then, you know, with everything else coming on, it's like, wow, what do I do? So, you know, they say 5,500. Okay, cool. Get the money. When can you guys come out? Oh, we can't come out till next week. So now we go into the weekend. My daughter's 16th birthday Sunday. We get a hotel. Again, things at home ain't the same. They're kind of different. So we're trying to manage. We're navigating that as it comes and goes. And the part about that is in a relationship, sometimes one has to be stronger than the other. Sometimes one has to be more positive than the other. Sometimes one has to be the carrying the load than the other. And that's relationships. You know, that's another episode for in itself, which I'll probably record sometime next week. But my mother-in-law always said it's never 50-50. It's going to be 50, 50, sometimes 25-75, 75-25, 80-20, 90-10. It's just sometimes it'll be 100-0 because the other person can't. So, got the toilet, can't even shower in my own house, have to poop in a trash bag if I really want to use the bathroom. This is my life, y'all. This is what we were dealing with. Can't cook because we can't run the sink. And on top of that, now that we're talking about that, since I can't wash dishes because I can't run the water or the dishwasher because it'll backflow in, the pots that were in there was attracting ants. Ants were coming in. So now I don't even know where the ants are at. I don't know where they're coming from. I didn't. You normally see a trail of them, right? Like they're marching back and forth. And I couldn't figure it out. So now, we have that going on. Constantly spraying to kill the ants and so much going on, so much being thrown at me. And in the midst of all this, I have to say that I'm lucky and I'm fortunate. One, I have a good family that can help me out and support me when I need it. Two, my kids were troopers during the whole this. My wife helped out as much as she could because she was still working too. She's a nurse, so she has to work her schedules as she picks. So there's a lot going on, and we're in the middle of it. And we're in the weakest moments. That's the kink in the armor. For me, it's my family. See, and the devil knows that. He knows that if you want to get me off track, it's going to be my family and then probably my finances. A lot of things I can deal with. I'm one of them people that as long as me and my family are good, me and my house are good, I can take on the world. But if my house is not in order and I'm not good with my wife or my kids are not good, I can't. I feel that's where I draw my energy from. That's why I get my power to move forward from. I mean, God gives it to me, but I rely on my family. But anyways, so finally, they come out to fix the piping. And the toilet's fixed. The showers are running. We could wash dishes. We could wash clothes. And that morning of them coming, the next day, I felt a certain weight lifted off my shoulders because I overcame one battle. I didn't give up. I didn't let it get to me too much. I maintained. I started praying more. And that's what the people that want you to fail, or the devil, whoever you want to put in that position, they want you to fail. That's what they want you to see, is to become distant from the people that love you, from the people that give you strength, kind of like an abusive relationship when the guy or the woman's abusing the partner. And what they want to do is keep you from your family or your friends that give you support. And when that bathroom got fixed, man, that piping was fixed. And these guys were here all day. They were here all day under my house. So I have a crawl space and they were going to work. And the next day I woke up and I said, man, I can actually just use my bathroom and not have to worry about downstairs flooding. Then I put a claim against the insurance and they're going to fix my bathroom downstairs. They're replacing the walls and stuff. So it's like stuff is coming together. And there's still stuff going wrong here, but guess what? It's not as bad because I cleared up some of the mess over here, right? Which leads me to something else. You only worry about what you can control. Because if you don't If you worry about what you can't control, you're going to drive yourself crazy. And I used to do that. I used to worry about the things that I can't not control instead of focusing on what I can control. And what I can control is me. I can't control my wife, my kids, the pipe that bust, the ants coming in. You know, I can't. I could only control what I do and how I handle it. And not gonna lie, it's rough. It's rough, you know, sometimes because you try to find a way to manage. You don't want to cope in the wrong way. That's the worst thing you could do. But you also got to find some relief somewhere. You got to find some exit or help in getting past the situation, because if you don't, you're just going to be stuck in the rut of it. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, is that when we're getting hit with life's issues and they're negative and they're coming at us one after another, after another, after another, the worst thing that we can do is become or let it take us down. Let it knock us out. It's okay to get knocked down in a situation. It is. It's okay to be in your bag. It's okay to be in your feelings and your emotion. It's okay to let it get you real quick. Boom. But then you got to snap out of it. You got to snap out of it, because if you don't, it's going to keep you where you at. And that's what they want. They want you to fail. Some envious people want what you have. Jealous people want what you have. People that can't go out and get it themselves, not because they cannot do it, they just won't do it. The easiest thing is to watch and pray for somebody else's downfall. And that's how I felt, that I'm being hit from every angle. I got my house flooding with crap in it. I got ants coming in from the sink. I have my wife and I not seeing eye to eye. My kids are feeling it. My health isn't good. I'm 80 something. I'm 70 days away from retirement ceremony. I'll tell you right now, I am 79 days away from my ceremony, which is roughly 12 days away from, or 22 days away from my last day in the Navy. So I'm about 110 days away from being out the Navy. And I don't know if I'm going anywhere because of my health. So it's like, man, I'm being hit from every angle and I can't catch a break. Until I stepped back. I didn't give up. Yeah, it hurt. Yes, I got emotional. But I started reading my Bible more. I started getting back into the spiritual sense of it, relying on a higher power for help, for that comfort, that relief, that moment where I know I'm not alone, right? I can only control what I do. So instead of doing stupid things, I'm trying to do positive things. So they got the toilet fixed, the plumbing's good to go. The other day I did the dishes because my son was having a bad eczema flare up and he didn't want to leave his room. So, okay, I did the dishes for him. I cleaned the sink out, and then what happened? I looked for where the ants was coming in from. Don't know where it was coming from. Didn't see a trail, but I noticed they were around the rim of the sink. So my sink sits on top of my counter. We have butcher blocks, so we treat those blocks. So I guess somehow, some way, maybe the glue came undone. So I caulked the whole sink around. Now the ants are not there. Don't know where the hell they went. They ain't coming out. So the bathroom's working. The ants are gone. My health is still my health. My home is still going through what it's going through. But I only took care of what I can control. I started going through things, getting rid of things in the house that don't need to be here. Things that are old that we just don't need anymore. Making space for new things. Sometimes getting rid of those negative things that bring negative stuff. Like, so what I'm saying is, you get rid of a jacket that's been sitting in your closet, taking up space. It might make room. By doing that, you're making room for either new jacket or new space for more capability to do other things. And the point is not to give up. The point is to actually keep pushing. Like I said, it's okay to get knocked down. It's okay to, take that hit. Look, boom. You knocked me down. Good job. But I'm getting up. I'm getting up. My lungs are not the same. And today I went to the gym with my daughter. I hadn't been to the gym in over 6-7 months. Again, I let the negative, the issues get me down, weigh me down. So I went to the gym today. I just did more than a little bit of cardio. I'm not going to say I went in there and killed it because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Not where I need to be. So take it slow and easy. But the point is that I'm taking a step forward instead of taking a step backward. The point is I'm not going to let the devil beat me. No matter what happens in my house, no matter what's going on between me and the wife, whatever, I can't, especially being the head of the household. I cannot allow myself to fall victim and weak to that. And he wins. So my unsolicited advice today is don't let the negative win. Control what you can control and let go of the things you cannot control. And understand that sometimes, just sometimes, and maybe more often than none, you're probably not going to get the acknowledgement you want from people. You're probably going to get the proper closure you want from people. You may never get that apology you've been looking for. Hell, you may never even get the understanding you want. So it's okay to let that go and move on without it. Somebody said, I was telling my friend Nikki about something about forgiveness. And she says, Frank, when you forgive a person, you're not forgiving them for them. You forgive them for you to let go. And that is so true. That is so true. And understanding that should make it easy for you to say, you know what? I don't care if we ever talk again, but I'm going to forgive you because I can't hold on to this festering energy inside of me that's going to blow up even more if I continue to hold on to it. And I'm going to hurt other people. And that's what the devil and the negative energy wants. It wants to keep you in a place where you're not going to make those connections. So, take time, whether you're religious or not. There's negative energy and there's positive energy. That's just a thing that's real. And we need to do the best that we can to stay away from the negative energy. And when we find ourselves in that energy, let's find the positive in it. Let's find the positive to it. Like when we was pumping shit out of my bathroom, literally, I took a moment to look at the fact that it was me, my father, and my son, 3 generations of Ferrer men doing it. And as much as it stunk and as much as it was whack and as much as, I hated it, but that's a memory I won't forget. That's a thing my son could tell his son about one day. And my father can say at 82 years old, he's doing things with his son and his grandson that some people don't get a chance to do, that his father didn't get a chance to do with me and him. So look, even in that negative shit overflowing, we found the positive. And I put it on Facebook because I wanted people to know. So don't let the devil win. Don't give up. Control what you can control. Stay positive. Read a positive word. If you're not religious, then hey, look, go. TikTok got a bunch of inspirational people that are trying to get a buck and get their name known. So go out there and look at inspirational things that are going to help you grow. And you know what? Stay strong. It's okay to fall, but you got to get back up. You got to get back up. You can't stay down forever. So I hope you get something away from this message. But this is my truth. That's what I lived. And this is my unsolicited advice. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, leave recommendations, anything I could do better. Again, thank you for listening to Frank's Unsolicited Advice. This is Stay Positive.